तर्जुमान दफ्तर ख़ारजा ताहिर हुसैन अंद्राबी हफ्तावार न्यूज़ ब्रीफिंग दे रहे हैं। आपको बराह रास्त दिए चलेंगे।
The lives and livelihoods as well as food and economic security of our citizens. We call upon India to respond to the queries raised by Pakistani Indus Water Commissioner, refrain from any unilateral manipulation of river flows, and fulfill its obligations in letter and spirit under the Indus Water Treaty provisions. Pakistan would like to reiterate that Indus Water Treaty is a binding international agreement which has been an instrument of peace and security and stability in the region. Its breach or violation, on one hand, threatens the inviolability of international treaties and compliance with international law, and on the other hand, it poses serious threats to regional peace, principles of good neighborliness, and norms governing interstate relations. The international community must take notice of India's continued disregard of a bilateral treaty and counsel India to act responsibly in accordance with international law and established norms as well as its own obligations. Pakistan remains committed to peaceful resolutions of disputes and issues with India, but will not compromise on existential water rights of the people of our country. Secondly, there has also been an incident involving mistreatment of a Muslim woman by the Chief Minister of the Indian state of Bihar, and it was followed sadly by public mocking of the incident by a minister in the state of Uttar Pradesh. The forcible removal of Muslim women's hijab by a senior political leader and subsequent public ridicule of this act are deeply disturbing and warrant strong condemnation. The action risks normalizing the humiliation of Muslim women in India. The conduct also demonstrates public disrespect of India's religious minorities, particularly its Muslim citizens. Such conduct reflects a broader and troubling pattern associated with Hindutva-inspired politics, namely the alarming rise of religious intolerance and Islamophobia. We urge all responsible stakeholders and the Indian government to recognize the seriousness of this incident and to reaffirm their commitment to the protection and minority rights, respect for religious freedom, and the preservation of human dignity. Now, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the roundup of this week's activities, Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif undertook a two-day visit to Ashgabat, Turkmenistan last week to participate in the International Conference on Peace and Trust. In his stay in Ashgabat, the Prime Minister held important meeting with the presidents of Turkmenistan, Turkey, Russia and Iran. The Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign Minister, Senator Mohammad Ishaq Dar, accompanying the Prime Minister as part of his entourage and to Ashgabat, has also held important meetings with his counterparts, the foreign ministers of Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Oman, Turkey, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan, and he also met the Secretary General of the Economic Cooperation Organization. And after the completion of the Ashgabat visit, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister visited Abu Dhabi to participate in the 16th Siri Bani Yas Forum from 12th to 14th December. He was invited to the event by the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of the UAE. The Sir Bani Yas Forum, as you would know, is a high-level annual gathering that convened senior statesmen, policymakers, and global experts to deliberate on key regional and international issues, including peace and security and economic cooperation. And on the sidelines of the forum, the Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign Minister engaged with international leaders and experts on matters related to regional stability, sustainable development, and the expansion of economic partnerships. The Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign Minister held meeting with the Deputy Prime Minister and Secretary of State for Justice of the UK, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Poland, the Foreign Minister of Belgium and Luxembourg, the Deputy Prime Ministers of Belgium and Luxembourg, and the Foreign Ministers of Egypt and Azerbaijan. He also met the President of the International Rescue Committee. Yesterday, the Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign Minister held a telephone conversation with the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Iraq, Dr. Fouad Mohammad Hossain. Both leaders reaffirmed their brotherly relations, exchanged views on strengthening bilateral cooperation, and highlighted the importance of high-level exchange. They also underscored their commitment to enhancing engagement across political and economic affairs, as well as promoting people-to-people ties. Ladies and gentlemen, on this week, the 8 foreign ministers issued a statement on UNRWA, the 8 Islamic foreign ministers, which included our Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, and included the Foreign Minister of Egypt, Indonesia, Jordan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and the UAE. These foreign ministers' statement reaffirmed the indispensable role of the United Nations Relief and Work Agency for Palestine, for Palestinian refugees. It's called UNRWA, safeguarding the rights and well-being of the refugees, Palestinian refugees. And as you know, for decades, UNRWA has provided protection, education, healthcare, social service, and emergency assistance to millions of Palestinian refugees in the areas of as per its mandate, in accordance with the
दफ्तर खारजा ताहिर हुसैन अंद्राबी हफ्तावार न्यूज़ ब्रीफिंग दे रहे थे और उन्होंने कहा कि भारत की